Roger that, Starbase. We're coming in from our patrol of Sector 4.
Captain! I'm detecting a disturbance in our power field.
Battle stations. Max, you check out if there's any intruders on board.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll take my laser photon ray with me, just to be sure.
Good idea. Be careful.
What happened to his helmet? I need to find some stronger duct tape next time.
You are in our hands now. Resistance is futile. Take that, bird scum. Help! I've been attacked. Reinforcements, and hurry! I'm getting weaker and weaker. The death rays got through my armor.
Hang on there, Max.
I think I show a lot of potential.
If you just learn to take direction.
Hey, I'm Dad. I don't need this criticism.
Oh yeah, alien girl, you're in our hands now. There are zillions more like me on our way!
And that's what we're here for, Max. Defend against scum invaders like these. And we'll do it, or we'll die trying.
Bravo.
That was great, honey. Now let's see how prepared you are for your next space pilot's exam.
Thomas.
Hi.
Is Trisha home? I just got invited to a gymnastics exhibition and I've got 2 tickets.
I'm sorry, Megan. She's home, but she's not feeling good. She had a fever last night.
Oh, hardly any, Mom.
101.4?
No, I feel fine. Really. Gymnastics?
Well, yeah, but I can find someone else to go with me.
No, really, Meg.
Thanks for the thought, Megan, but this girl's going nowhere except back to bed.
Oh, Mom.
See you later, Trish. I'll pray for you. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Newton. Trish is sick, I guess.
Well, that's why we're here.
I brought some of my secret cure-all.
Chicken soup?
Good for what ails you.
Oh, at least it makes you feel a little bit better. Grandpa says that God made our bodies pretty special.
But then he gave grandmas the recipe for chicken soup, just to be sure.
All right, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Mom, Dad, Grandma, and Grandpa are here. You guys have got to see this new movie I made.
Hi, Mom, Daddy.
And how is our little dear? She's still feeling bad?
Well, I'm trying to make her rest.
I seem to remember her mom was the same way.
Oh.
Come on, Grandpa, you got to see this. It's called The Invasion from the Planet.
Yes, Tim, I would love to see it. Just let us check on your sister first.
Great, Miss Alien Breath.
I heard that.
What's this I hear about your not staying in bed?
Ooh, thanks, Grandma. But I feel fine, really.
Well, God made our bodies very strong, but you've got to help them out sometimes and let them rest if you want to get better.
I just wish I knew what I had and how I got it. I felt fine a couple of days ago. Grandpa, you promised.
Well, yes, I did. We'll let you rest now.
Bye-bye, sweetie.
Bye, Grandma.
Hang on there, Max.
I won't answer your questions, Earthman. You can't resist us. Oh yeah, alien girl, you're in our hands now. But there are zillions more like me on our way!
Hey, go back to bed.
That's who did it.
Yeah, I know. He kept blowing his lines. It's Max. What do you want?
No, not that. It's Max. He's the one who made me sick.
What? You were the one who shot the death ray.
Tim, it's an excellent piece of work. But your first mate has caused a little more damage than you wrote in your script. I'll be back. I've had a brainstorm, inspired by Tim's cinematic masterpiece and by Trisha's cold, or whatever it is she has.
Some little alien creep disease.
Logical. But I think it's time that we all put our noses to the grindstone and get busy solving the mystery of Trisha's untimely illness.
I sense this is going somewhere, Dad.
Indeed it is. So I think that we should all set our minds to making lunch. Ladies, sandwiches, please. Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah. Tim and I will get the chips and drinks. Grandma, chicken soup for the patient. Now, ready? Go!
Grandpa, I like peanut butter and jelly and all, but what does this have to do with Trisha's cold?
Ha ha ha! You thought that all you were doing was making a perfectly harmless meal when, in fact, you were unwitting accomplices in a dastardly plot. Lights, please.
That's not my kitchen.
I'm afraid it is your kitchen, dear. And I have a slight confession to make. I'm the source of the sickly green stuff. I put a little on my hand before we made lunch.
But it's everywhere.
Exactly. And all I did was to open the refrigerator door with this hand.
Then I touched the door handle when I got the peanut butter out.
And I did when I got the soup.
And when we shared the knife, I got it and spread it to the countertop and the dish towel when I was cleaning up.
When you thought you were cleaning up.
And if this stuff was germs, like when Max coughed, it'd be all over the place.
Exactly. That's it. Germs can be spread very easily through our normal activities.
So you mean I can't blame Max?
Well, he's still probably our main suspect, but there's more to germs than this.
After we get rid of this stuff, Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi, kids. Oh, Max, I hope you're feeling better today.
I feel fine now. I'm sorry I got Trisha sick.
Well, those invaders you sent in have gotten the best of her. For a while, at least.
Invaders? Grandpa, it was just a movie.
Ah, but it is real. First off, I want to brief you on your mission. I want to begin by identifying the enemy. They're called antigens. Now, antigens are foreign invaders that we must repel in order to protect ourselves. There are millions of these that we must learn to recognize in order to carry out our mission.
Mission? What mission? Those fuzzy little balls don't look like they're much of an enemy.
Is this about getting Trisha sick?
Yeah, Grandpa likes to make a big deal out of things. You'll see.
No talking in the ranks there, soldiers. They may not look like much here, but they are the reason that God created the most complex defense system in the world. Makes Star Wars look like a Sunday picnic. Now, first step, identify the invader.
Cool.
Max, you're a virus. Tim, you're a bacteria.
Finally, a role that suits them.
Megan, you're a defender. You'll be a white blood cell. Grandma, my white blood cell suit, please.
Now, boys, the white blood cells are nothing to laugh at, especially when you're an antigen.
That's right. Do you know how small a virus is? A virus is so small that 1,000 of them could fit into one blood cell.
If I were a virus, I'd be scared.
No, but their small size is actually a problem for a defender. Viruses can't live on their own, so they must get inside a cell in order to live and reproduce. They take over the cell and change it into a factory to reproduce more viruses.
Bacteria does the same thing?
Bacteria are much bigger than viruses, and they can live practically anywhere, even outside the body, in dirt or even in our food. They mainly just eat and divide.
Eat and divide. I like that.
But the white blood cells are still much stronger, right? They can kill the viruses and bacteria.
Ah, the battle. We call it immune response. Now, God created our bodies like a fortress with an incredible defense system. He made both the fortress, the body itself, and the defenders, the immune system cells.
A body doesn't seem very strong. That's why we need armor and stuff when we fight.
But the invaders, like viruses and bacteria, can only get in a few places. Like a cut or through our mouths when we breathe.
That's right, dear. And the skin actually is a very strong defense.
But things like cuts, even though they seem small, are like huge breaks in the wall of the fortress. And since bacteria and viruses live everywhere, they just love to storm through the walls and into a nice new place to live.
What kind of diseases are we talking about?
When we say, I've got a cold, it's usually a virus. And the viruses cause the flu and chickenpox and very deadly things like AIDS.
Bacteria cause things like pneumonia and pimples and diarrhea.
Oh, well, on that pleasant note, I think we should go out to battle.
Ah, great idea, Grandma. To the battle! One of the major mission control centers of the immune system, the lymph system. Doesn't it make you feel secure?
I'm in a lymph node. That's a good thing?
Oh, my, yes. But I think we're a little ahead of ourselves here. Grandpa, the bone marrow.
The bone marrow. Oh, over here.
Everyone inside. Come on. Ah, the sweet smell of cell production. You know, all of the white blood cells that make up our immune system are born in the bone marrow.
Like pancake batter?
You're right. We need some other way to show how it works. Megan, you're already a white cell, so you stay here for now. Tim, you are the bacteria. You go out the front door until we call. And Max, you were a virus, but now you're going to be a different kind of cell. You are a neutrophil.
Now, I'll be a B lymphocyte cell. Grandma, you're an antibody.
Right.
And Megan, you're a T4 lymphocyte cell.
There we go.
Ah.
Can you get that? All right.
Now, we're all being born in...
The bone marrow.
Right.
All right.
real miracle of God's design. Now, the first thing we need is an invader. Tim, come on in and attack. What an amazing sight. A bacteria has invaded through a break in the outer defenses. Maybe a cut in the skin. Now he's in the bloodstream, looking for a place to stay.
I think I'd like to munch on something sweet.
But before he gets too far, the neutrophil, who is patrolling in the bloodstream, finds him.
Oh, man! How come he gets a gun?
Well, Max is just doing his job as a neutrophil. Whenever he finds an invading bacteria, he zaps it with his chemicals and destroys it.
All right, die, bacteria scum! All right. That was easy. Yeah, neutrophils are cool.
Well, sometimes it is easy to defend our bodies, but other enemies are harder to kill, like viruses.
So God gave us other defenders beside neutrophils. T lymphocytes, T cells for short.
Now, Max, you were a virus before.
But I like killing them.
But viruses are sneaky, Max. You'll like being a virus.
It's my turn to be a defender.
Well, Tim, you can be another T cell.
There we go.
My number's different from Megan's.
You'll learn the difference between a T4 and a T8 lymphocyte in a minute. Now, Max, you go on outside and come back in when we call you.
We said that the lymph system was one of the control centers for the immune system. You know, sometimes you can feel lymph nodes underneath your arms or here in your neck. The T cells and the B cells are based here. But we really need another cell to make it work right.
Wow, Mom. I love what you've done with the kitchen.
Oh, never mind about that. You're just in time to be a macrophage.
A macrophage? Great. Just what I've always dreamed of.
Well, if Tricia were here, she would do it. By the way, how's she feeling?
Oh, still has a little fever, but it's going down.
Hey, you guys! When do I get to invade?
Keep your shirt on, Max. Man, these viruses are getting more and more rude every day. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
And we're about to be invaded. Okay, Mr. Virus, do your worst. Good work, Judy. You see, the macrophage's job is to patrol the bloodstream looking for invaders.
I caught this one sneaking around the right kidney a minute ago, so I brought him in for interrogation.
Ah, excellent. Macrophages actually consume the antigen, like this virus here, and then show it to the T4 cell.
What do I do if I don't like his looks?
I'll get him.
Right, Tim. A T8 cell is a killer cell, but they have to wait until they're ordered to kill by the T4 cell. The T4 cells are the commanders of the immune system.
All right. It's obvious we don't want this virus around. So, go ahead, Tim. Get him.
But there is more to it than that. The B cells are also standing by in the lymph nodes to wait for orders from the T4 cells.
Right, Grandma. We need to make sure there are not more where this one came from. And if there are more invaders, we need to get them too.
So the macrophages go out again?
There are still lots of macrophages out there, patrolling and capturing viruses. We need to send out specialized patrols to hunt for more who are just like Max here.
That's where I come in. I'm an antibody. And I was created by my good friend, the B cell here. I was trained to look for just one kind of antigen. The virus that we found lurking around the body.
Max, you've got another chance. Pretend you're another Max who's still out there.
Cool.
So an antibody only cares about one kind of virus.
That's right. Every antigen has its own antibody to fight it, and every antigen has its own T cell as well. Now, there are millions of different antigens, so God created our bodies to make millions of different antibodies and T cells to match them.
So the antibody neutralizes the virus too, so it can't attack any other cells.
And then the T8 cells get to kill it?
That's right. There are other kinds of killer cells in the body as well, but we're out of people already.
Good night, Megan. Have a good time at the exhibition.
They're dweebs.
Tim, go do your homework or something.
Oh, Mom. It looks like someone's been using the computer. I wonder who it was.
You still asleep, honey?
What, Mom? Is that you?
Hi, honey. I hope you're feeling much better.
Actually, I feel really good.
I know those computer games have such healing powers, don't they? I know you don't like following the rules, but if you don't stay in bed...
Oh, please, Mom. I'm stuck in bed and my best friend's out having a great time with my grandparents. It's so unfair.
Move it or lose it.
Check. I think.
Well, I'll be. You're right.
I can't believe you let him win again, Dad.
I'm not trying to let him win. He just happens to be winning this time.
And last time?
I think I'll give you this one.
Yes!
I think I need to work on my defense strategy. Your brother's got a good game.
No, chess just has too many silly rules.
Ah. Sort of like staying in bed, away from Megan, no gymnastics.
All this getting well is killing me.
Do you remember your report on the Middle Ages?
Yeah?
What's the worst thing that happened in the 1400s?
I don't know. I guess the Black Death. Plague.
Okay. This is an extreme example. But millions of people died from the spread of disease.
Oh, you aren't going to pin that on me now, are you?
No. But what do you think they discovered during that time? And in other epidemics as well?
Being sick is a drag.
No. Principles. Things like quarantine, sterilization, how germs are spread.
I can't believe it wasn't obvious. Who would want to touch a person with the plague anyway?
Even more amazing is that they had a lot of the information right there in front of them in the Bible. Here. Yeah. Leviticus is full of God's law on how to deal with sick people and diseases. Read Leviticus 13, 45, and 46.
And the person with such an infectious disease must wear torn clothes, let his hair be unkempt. He shall live alone. He shall live outside of the camp. Great. So now I have to run around yelling, unclean, unclean. And my hair, well, my hair probably qualifies now.
Remember, the Bible was written a long time before we discovered a lot of things about medicine. But God still gave his law to his people to protect them from disease, even though they didn't understand. Things like quarantine, the sick people away from those who were well. Thousands of years later, when the plague was spreading throughout Europe, doctors discovered many of the same laws that were written down a long time ago.
So I guess the weight of history is against me, right?
Having God's commands means we're also in his care, each one of us.
You would have loved it. I wish you could have been there.
I don't even want to hear about it.
Okay, suit yourself.
But tell me anyway.
Even better.
Meg, this is so cool.
It's almost as good as being there.
Yeah, right. But I'm glad you thought of me. And I'm also glad that you at least listened to my parents and didn't catch what I had. It wasn't fun.
And after what we learned about viruses and bacteria and stuff, I'm glad too.
And if you infiltrate us again, I'll attack with twice as many to fight you off. I'll be back.